Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at our Inno Roof Rack system with the 51-inch long crossbars and the Inno through feet for raised rails right here on our 2022 Jeep Cherokee. So you have your Cherokee and you're ready for adventure. But what if you also want to carry around kayaks or bike racks or roof boxes or roof baskets? What you then need is a roof rack system. So this here is the Inno Roof Rack system. We have a bunch of different roof racks from a bunch of different brands with different bar lengths. I am a big fan of this one. It has a good balance of overhang with the 51-inch long crossbars, and it looks pretty good. Plus everything's included, like your locks and the strap that goes around the raised rails. We'll talk about those features, and we're gonna focus on the Cherokee here today. That way you can see what features do you like, not interested in, and then make the best decision for you and your vehicle. These are the Inno Aero bars, and what that means is traditionally there used to be round or square crossbars. Those would be pretty noisy, especially when going down the highway. And that's when Aerobars were invented. They have less wind drag, less wind noise, and they're more aerodynamic. Now, along with that, they do have a 165-pound weight capacity since they are made of aluminum, which keeps them lightweight but also strong. I really like how Inno has their T-track system. See how I can just push down the rubber here? When you take off the end cap, you can then slide your T-track accessories. You don't have to cut them around it. Once you're done, you just take it right off. I recommend those types of accessories because then you don't have to figure out how much space you have outside of the towers. You can use all of the crossbar. My personal favorite part about the Inno Roof Rack system are the end caps. I really like how they look. They're very stylish, especially for some of your other trims for Jeep Cherokee. They match the nice silver accents. Now, other than being stylish, they're also functional. They cover where your T-tracks are. That way when you have your accessories in there, they're not as accessible. The end caps aren't locking though, so make sure those accessories can be locked on their own. What can lock are the towers. So you have metal lock cores included with this. You don't need to upgrade them separately. You get 2 keys and they access all 4 towers. When you unlock your end caps, you then have access towards your towers. So instead of having to use separate tools like Allen keys or wrenches, you just have this easy to use lever to tighten things down or loosen it back up. Since you have raised rails, you can actually pick your crossbar spread. For example, I have mine at about 23 inches from one crossbar to another. You can spread it out even further if you want, but your rails on your Cherokee aren't that long, so you are going to be limited to, I'd like to say, a maximum of 28 inches. Next measurements are roof clearances, and there's 2 types of roof clearance. First is going to be, especially since you have a glass roof here, how much clearance do you have from the glass roof to the bottom of the crossbar? So measuring, it's going to be about 3 1/4 inches. Again, that's different depending on where you measure. If you have your accessories that have clamps that go around, some of your more affordable ones have U-bolts with wing nuts. You want to make sure you have enough clearance to tighten those clamps down without hitting your glass roof. Next is how much height is added to the top of the roof. So that's going to be almost 4 1/2 inches, and that's going to be where your cargo sits. If you're carrying skis and snowboards, especially the ones with extra tall bindings, you want to make sure they don't hit the roof. And if you measure and you find that it's not enough, that's when you get to start looking at our ski and snowboard carriers that have the extra lift. Now, while you don't need any extra tools or wrenches in order to install this roof rack, everything is included. I have some other add-ons just to make things a bit easier. One is going to be the Monkey doorstep. This is what I use to get extra height and traction when strapping things down. Also pick up a pair of extra cam buckle straps. We have them here at eTrailer for if you have your cargo, your kayaks, whatever is up there. And finally, you are going to need your tape measure to make sure that all your dimensions are good as you install. Now let's take a look at that install process. So we'll start our install by showing you where the towers go. So you have your crossbars, and inside your crossbars you have this tray. So notice how this slides back and forth for different types of towers. What we're going to do is we're going to push it all the way through by pressing that button. And now you can see how this is completely open, ready for the tower. And now you can see that there's tabs inside your tower. So these are gonna go into your tray. So just line it up with the crossbar and slide it through to secure it. And you wanna make sure that's facing the right way as you get it up onto your rails. So make sure that the tapered end is facing the back of your vehicle, the front end is facing the front of the vehicle. Now that we have it on our rails, we can pick wherever we want to put it. If you want to put it towards the front of your vehicle or towards the back, I have things moved towards the back so I have more room, but you're also going to have to think about hatch clearance in that case. But once you've picked your spot, go ahead and fit the strap around the rails into the tower and then measure for your overhang. Now your overhang will be different depending where on your rails. So for example, mine is at 3 1/4 on each side. If it's the same on each side, then you're ready to tighten this down by turning this lever. Once you've tightened down all 4 towers, your final step is just to make sure the lever is in the down position. Get your end cap, make sure it's in the unlocked position with your key in there, and then slide it through. Turn the key to secure it. And that's it for the install. You're ready to load up your roof racks and hit the road. Now my personal thoughts about this Inno Roof Rack system is I'm a big fan of how everything looks and works. You have everything included. You got your integrated locks. You didn't have to pay extra to get them. You don't have to use any tools. You have the stylish end caps and it's very easy to install and uninstall. Now, I would prefer slightly longer crossbars. Some of the load assist kayak carriers like the Thule Elevator or the Yakima Showdown require at least 4 inches of overhang. This does not have that. If that's the case, you might be more interested in a Rhino Rack roof rack, especially the one with the 54-inch long crossbars. I did a video of that if you want to check that out and compare. Otherwise, the Inno Roof Rack system has everything you need for your great adventures. Definitely something worth considering for your vehicle.